Hi there, my name is Dr. Zita Sashi, and you are welcome to another episode of the Talk with Z. Guys, in this particular episode, I'm going to talk about the breakup between Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. This particular breakup has been making so much rounds in the news, on social media, and I have some 2 cents to share. Okay, so buckle your seats, get a popcorn, and we are going to get into this sociological analysis of the breakup between Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. I also have an existing video about this couple. Okay, so click this link to watch that particular video before you watch this particular episode. Let's get started. Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey have been dating for a year and a half now. The news about their breakup was on the news and social media platform during this past week, and a lot of people have a lot to say about the couple, especially Lori Harvey. A lot of men, more especially black men, had a lot to say about Lori Harvey. So we are going to talk about what Lori Harvey represents and why their breakup is creating so much buzz on social media platforms. The first key point that I think is causing the backlash, especially against Lori Harvey, is the fact that for most men, especially black men, because this is a black couple, so perhaps black people can relate. That is why I am citing some black men. I think Lori Harvey represents the element of toxic masculinity. Okay, Lori Harvey is a female representation of what most men consider to be toxic masculinity. Okay, I think the reason why Lori Harvey is getting so much backlash is because the way she moves and operates in her relationship reflects what is perceived to be masculinity and not feminine. That is why she's got some of the men in their feelings. Now, let us examine some of the traits of what is considered to be toxic masculinity. The key traits of toxic masculinity include lack of commitment, playing the field and having fun, hopping from one partner to the other, and finally, the desire of not settling down. These are the key traits when we talk about masculinity, or toxic masculinity. These are the traits. Most men do not want to commit. Most do not want to settle down. Most keep saying we are playing the fields and we are having fun. And finally, most men tend to hop from one relationship to the other. Wendy Williams will call it monkey barring from one relationship to the other without totally healing or doing the internal work. And this is how our sister Lori is moving, and she's got some men in their feelings. I just want to say that the women of this generation are a reflection of the men of this generation. For some reason, the men of this generation, most of them expect women to display, hegemonic femininity, to be calm, to be docile, to be submissive, and to be feminine. Meanwhile, the question is, how many men of this generation are psychologically ready, emotionally ready, and also financially ready to be husbands? I was on TikTok live and I was talking about this particular topic, and many of the women in my life said they do not know any man, who is financially ready, emotionally, psychologically, and mentally prepared to be a husband in this generation. Because of that, I think it is unfair for some men to be quite upset about how Lori Harvey is moving. She's a 25-year-old lady. She apparently does not want to settle down now. That is why, the relationship between her and Michael B. Jordan did not work out. The reason why Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan broke up was the fact that she did not want to settle down. Michael B. Jordan wanted marriage and Lori Harvey was not ready, and so they call it quits. That is the rumor that is circulating on social media platforms, okay? We have not heard from the couple, so we are going to go with this speculation. She did not want to get married now, and Michael B. Jordan wanted to get married, and so they had to break up. Now, what are some of the reasons why some men are upset? For most black men who tend to sit on podcasts and talk about black women, these are the reasons they believe that Lori Harvey is moving the way she is. Okay, these are the reasons. First of all, most of the men are saying that the young women in this generation do not want to settle down in their prime. When they're youthful, when they're fertile, they do not want to settle down. Instead, feminism and slut culture has created the need for young women to be aspiring to have hot girl summer and not settle down. And that is the reason why Lori Harvey is moving the way she is. Most of these men who sit on podcasts are talking about feminism and slut culture as the reason. And I am so surprised because when you go on OnlyFans on Instagram, who are the ones subscribing to watch women show parts of their body? It is men. Supply exists because demand exists. The so-called slut culture that some of these men are complaining about is what they feed into. On social media, intellect and being intelligent and brilliant does not trend. But if you start showing body and stuff like that, you will trend and you will make money. So who are the ones feeding into this slut culture? It's a question. Because I don't know why most of these men are complaining when they are the ones who are going to subscribe to OnlyFans to watch some of these women show off their bodies. Let us keep it going. Another reason they are given is that, oh, most of you women, when you're young, you don't want to get married, you don't want to settle down, and then when you reach your 40s, nobody wants you and you are going to die alone. I do not understand why most men use this concept of, oh, you're going to be the cat lady, you're going to have a dog, and you're going to die alone. Realistically, most women do not die alone. Most women who have never been married or do not have children often do not die alone. More men die alone compared to women. Even when you go to seniors' home, most of the male seniors do not often get visitors compared to the females, and that is the fact. The research exists. I'm not trying to be gender divisive, but the research exists. Why is this the case? That is because most women are present aunties, okay? Most of us single women are substitute parents to our families who have children. We are present aunties, we are present for our nephews and nieces, we are godmothers. We show up and we pour love into the children that are around us and that are in our families. And so most women, even if they never get married or do not have children, will not die alone because we feed and pour into these forms of relationship. How many times have you heard, a nephew or a niece saying, oh, I have this uncle that I really love, that I'm really close to, that I'm going to visit? You hardly hear that. But our nephews and our nieces come to us as aunties. We take care of them during the holidays. We take them for their parents to go on vacation, and we are present. And so when men use the assumption that, oh, you're gonna be a cat lady, oh, you're gonna have a dog and die alone, for me, it is ridiculous, because women, even if they are not married or do not have children, pour into the children that are in their families. We pour into them. We are present and we are substitute parents. So by and large, we often do not die alone because our nephews and our nieces are present for us in our old age when we need them. So men, please, those of you who use that rhetoric of, oh, you're going to be 50, you're going to be 60, and you're going to die alone, come again. Most men tend to die alone compared to women. Okay guys, if you are enjoying my analysis so far, please do well to hit the subscribe button, and also, most importantly, ladies, support my cosmetic brand Zesh Cosmetics. my brand is sponsoring all my YouTube episodes. Okay, so do well, click the link in the description and support my cosmetic brand, Zesh Cosmetics. For the latter part of this discussion, I am going to talk about the benefits of marriage based on gender. Okay, since some of the men were complaining that young women do not get married during their prime, let us examine some of the benefits of marriage by gender. Again, I am a scholar. I'm just not here talking to support women. The research exists, so I'm going to encourage a lot of you to check out the research for yourself. Okay, so let us dive into it. When you look at the impact of marriage on gender, married men tend to live longer than unmarried men. That is because most married men, your wife will pressure you to go for that annual physical checkup and all that. And so married men tend to live longer compared to unmarried men. Secondly, married men tend to have increased income over time because they have stable career and enjoy career mobility. And so married men tend to have increased income over time. Also, married men who are in happy relationships are often healthier and happier compared to unmarried men. Now we are going to look at the impact on women. Married women comparatively are more stressed, they sleep less, and have a decreased income over time. Most married women are not able to pursue their career. That is why most married women or women with children dominate precarious work. Precarious work simply means unstable part-time work, and that is why we have the feminization of poverty. More women would be poor in their older age because they committed a considerable part of their lives to taking care of their families. Women often get pregnant and are not able to enjoy career mobility, and therefore they have a reduced income. Most women also tend to work in part-time and seasonal jobs. Such jobs do not pay benefits, and so by the time most women reach their retirement, they do not have any social insurance support because they did not actively participate in the labor market to contribute for their pensions. And that is why we have the feminization of poverty. So if you're a young lady and you want to get married, please be hypergamous. Make sure you marry a man who earns more than you and creates a savings account for your retirement, because most married women or women with children often do not enjoy a stable career. Therefore, most of them, when they reach their retirement, are often poor because they did not actively participate in the labor market. These are the benefits of marriage. You can see from this analysis that marriage tends to benefit men more than women. And for the men who are going to come into the comments and be upset, please go and look at the existing literature. I am not making things up. That is the fact. I think that most women are beginning to realize that marriage in itself as an institution is very patriarchal, and it was instituted to benefit men. Because clearly when you look at the existing data, marriage does not tend to be beneficial for women. The final part of this analysis is going to be the divorce rates in America, because most of the men were saying, oh, you're a young woman, you're in your 20s, you're fertile, you're beautiful, you have your youthfulness, use that time to get married. I think it is important for us to touch on the divorce rates. Okay, so I'm going to use America as the reference point or the case of reference. I'm going to use America. In 2019, 70% of all divorces were initiated by women. Among educated women, 90% of them initiated divorce. Now, these are the reasons why most women initiated divorce in America in 2019. The first reason is psychological distress. The second reason is handling the domestic work. And finally, handling the emotional labor in the relationship. These factors indicate that married women, despite the fact that they sleep less, do not earn a lot of income, and are more stressed, often tend to handle a lot of the domestic work. They handle the emotional labor, and they suffer from psychological distress. That is the existing research. I'm not making things up. So by and large, women who get married often realize that the institution does not favor them. Hence, 70% of them initiated divorce in America in 2019. What are your thoughts on this particular issue? Do you think Lori Harvey is doing the right thing by enjoying her youthfulness and not trying to commit and get married at the age of 25? Are women waking up to the realization that marriage as an institution does not benefit them? And do you believe, like I believe, that the women of this generation are definitely a reflection of the men of this generation? My name is Dr. Zita. I am a realist. I share the facts. Do not be mad. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, all right? Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you so much. Ladies, do not forget, support my cosmetic brand, Zesh Cosmetics. It is on Amazon in America, in Canada, and my products are also available in Ghana, West Africa. Please click the link in my description to take you to my various storefronts and support my brand. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on another episode of The Talk with Z. Until then, stay fabulous, take care of yourself, and I wish you a wonderful day. Bye.